So take a look here. This is earlier today, and that is Avila Beach. And what a nice day it was at Avila again, nearly 80 degrees. And look at all the folks just kind of hanging out on the beach as well. That's cool. That's cool for December for sure. Okay, this is a look at the live camera, San Luis Obispo. Traffic flowing along nicely, and it's 65 degrees, mid-50s elsewhere up and down the Central Coast. And the winds right now, pretty light. They will shift to offshore, and they will become locally gusty tonight. I like Morro Bay to be a little breezy at times, especially out by the high school area where the 41 funnels out there. Cuesta Grade, some of those hills just before you get down to Shell Beach, east side of San Luis Obispo. These are sort of like locally gusty spots, but generally the push will be 5 to 15, and a lot of folks will ask, well, where's this gustiness? It's a real microclimate thing where it funnels through the passes, canyons, and just some of the local topography. So 69 Santa Barbara today with 75 in Solvang and 73 in Lompoc, 78 at Avila Beach and 73 in Santa Maria, 79 in Arroyo Grande, 77 San Luis Obispo for the high. Paso Robles is 28 this morning, but nearly 70 for a high, 67 Atascadero and 70 in Morro Bay. Here's a look at that model that was really bullish about a storm system for Sunday. It does have a storm system. It just stays off the coast. That's a look at it in the lower left-hand portion of your screen. It spins away, releases a bit into the ridge as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. The American model says maybe some showers on Wednesday into Thursday, but regardless, both basically agree on the positioning of low pressure. This is the next system that the models spin up. This is not this Friday, but next Friday. Could be the ample beginning of a system that could last all the way through that particular weekend. So high pressure has steered all the storms up to the north. It was a white Christmas in Seattle for the first time in 10 years, but we sit underneath the ridge, so nothing can sneak in here. Still a big ridge into Sunday, so it's basically like a force field that deflects storm systems and their paths. Now, this is a look at later next week. You can see that big blob of color out there on the left-hand side of your screen. That's a large trough. If that develops, that's going to help spin up low pressure and ultimately collapse the ridge. Okay, let's look at this. This is forecast temperatures on a roll. Look at that grip of cold air in the Great Lakes and Northeast. It just hangs on tonight and through the day tomorrow. New York City tomorrow afternoon, only 20 degrees. 15 Chicago, 13 in the Twin Cities, 25 in Butte, Montana at 650. So our local look, well, you can see the marine layers sitting off the coast, but just can't creep in here because of that offshore push. That's also like a little bit of a force field against that marine-influenced air. So not much going on Doppler radar here, but if we take a look at what's going on out in that Erie area, Buffalo, lake effect snows continue to hammer the area. So Erie saw 50 inches of snow over the weekend, but now it continues to snow places like Concord and Buffalo, Niagara Falls, snowing like crazy because cold air blowing off the lake. 75 Santa Maria and Santa Barbara tomorrow, 71 up in Paso Robles, Santa Ynez Valley. Temperatures near 80 degrees, 5 cities. Another day in the mid-70s for Arroyo Grande and Nipomo. North Coast 70, Morro Bay 70 at Atascadero. Extended forecast trend, steady through Friday, a little cooler for the weekend with just a few more clouds.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Coming up, we know that many kids